Welcome to this video on the TOEFL test. As you might be knowing, TOEFL stands for Test of English as a Foreign Language. This video is brought to you by Perfect Scores, and it's a basic introduction video. If you want to visit for more information, you can visit us at perfect-scores.com, and you can also go ahead and watch some more videos on TOEFL and other tests at YouTube. And please don't forget to share us and like our page at Facebook. So let's get started with the basic introduction to the TOEFL test. Now here's some important information about the test. It basically tests the proficiency in English language. So it's not a substitute for standardized tests such as GMAT GRE, but yes, it is a substitute for English language tests such as the IELTS and the PTE. It is internet-based, that's why we call it the TOEFL IBT. That means the internet-based test, and it is to be given on the computer. So all the activities that you have to do, all the questions you have to do, they have to be done on the computer. The website for registering for the TOEFL test is www.ets.org/TOEFL. To register, you need a valid passport, and then you can take up any date. And many test centers are available throughout the world, and lots of dates are available throughout the year. There are 4 basic areas in the TOEFL test: reading, writing, listening and speaking, and all of them are done in one sitting on the computer itself. Here's some information about how the scoring is done. In reading section, you get a score out of 30. Same goes for writing, speaking and listening sections. The total score is out of 120. So that's basically a sum of the individual scores. Now lots of universities and good colleges need students to score at least 100, which is not very difficult. But even for the most basic application, you need a score of at least 80, which is very easy to get in the TOEFL test. Here is some information on the structure of the test. The reading section lasts for 60 to 90 minutes. The listening section lasts for 60 to 90 minutes again. Now let's suppose in a test you have reading for 60. That means listening will be for 90. Similarly, if reading is for 90, the listening is going to be for 60. So basically both of them account for 150 minutes in the total. Writing goes on for about 50 minutes. There will be 2 tasks. One task is of 20 minutes and the other is of 30 minutes. Then comes the speaking section. It has about 6 questions, short ones, not very long ones, and the total speaking time is from 15 to 20 minutes. So that is the duration. It takes about 3 hours, and that is how the structure is. A little bit information on the basics of each section. The basics of reading. There will be 3 to 5 passages depending on the time. If you have 60 minutes, you will have 3 passages. If you have 90 minutes, you will have 5 passages. The number of questions ranges from 39 to 60, but usually in most circumstances, students get 3 passages in 60 minutes with 39 questions in all. Each passage has approximately 20 minutes, so it's not a very difficult job. You have approximately 13 questions and 20 minutes per passage. So easily you can take up to 7 minutes to read the passage and 1 minute per question to do the passage questions. The score depends on 2 factors. First of all, number of questions that you have answered correctly. There is no negative marking. You can skip questions. You can come back and change answers as well. And there are a few questions with multiple responses. For example, you are given 6 options and you have to choose 3 correct options. So 3 of them are going to be the answers. In that case, you do get partial marks. So the score will also depend on the number of correct responses in multiple answer questions. Now in most of the other questions, you get 1 raw point for each question, but in this kind of question, you may get 2 or 3 raw points as well. So depending on how many of these 6 options you got correct, you'll be given the same kind of marks. In listening section, what happens is you're given 6 to 9 audio tracks. They are of two forms, lectures and conversations. Lectures will be delivered by one person on a topic, and conversations happen between two people. Usually it is a man and a woman so that it's easy to differentiate between the voices. The important thing is to take extensive notes. So how it happens is that the score depends on the number of questions answered correctly. The steps are, first, the track will be played and you have to take down notes simultaneously. So when we'll be doing a lecture, another video on the listening section, we'll be discussing how to take down notes. But the first thing is you have to take down lots of notes, and then on the screen you will see questions one by one. The screen is active for one question for approximately 30 seconds. If you answer, it's fine. Otherwise, you will have to skip that question. You cannot go back. So the next section will come. The screen will be active for 30 seconds. You need to make your choice. And then again, the next question will come. So that is how the listening section works. Here are the basics of writing. There are two tasks that need to be typed onto the computer. So that means you need to have a fairly good typing speed as well. And you need to keep checking your errors when you type. The first is an integrated task for 20 minutes, where you read a passage, then you listen, and then you write based on information given in the lecture and the passage. The second is an independent task, where you just have to write on a topic. You are given 30 minutes to attempt that task. Coming to the basics of speaking, there are 3 types of questions, but actually there are 6 tasks. So you'll be getting 2 independent tasks where you just have to speak on a topic. You get 15 seconds to prepare, and you have to speak for a maximum of 45 seconds. Now all this recording is done on the computer, so the recording time will start and it will end at 45 seconds. That means your sentences or your response should have finished before the 45th second. You also get 2 integrated tasks where you read something. You read a small passage. You're given about 45 seconds to read the passage. Then you listen to a lecture or a conversation on that same topic, and then using that information you have to speak. You are given 30 seconds to prepare, and you have to speak for maximum 60 seconds. The last 2 questions will be again integrated tasks where we have to listen to a conversation or a lecture and then speak. You'll be given 20 seconds to prepare and 60 seconds to attempt the response. So that is the basics of speaking. That's all that is covered in this introductory video. I'm going to see you more in the next few videos. Thank you so much for watching this one.